right now. Corey, just in time for the boys. What's up?
What's up?
What's up, Kenny?
Did you guys see that last text I put? Oh, we
What's
live.
up, guys?
Yeah, we're live. What up, Corey?
What's up?
Whoa.
How we doing, everybody?
Oh,
If you're on the replay, we'll be hanging out here for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, so answering questions, adding value for your Amazon business. Let us know who we got on this early Monday, though.
Yeah,
we're
guys,
like 8 or 9.
Yeah, 5 p.m. every Monday, 5 p.m. Eastern. We got the Monday stream too. This is probably the 9th or 8th one we've done. So yeah, here to help on anything you guys need. Make sure to let us know.
This should be a good one because we talked about it pretty frequently today in the timeline.
Facts.
Nadia, what's up? Tyson, what's up? Mark, what is poppin'? Kenny, Truth, right?
Kenny's the man. Cool. Yeah, everyone go watch Warner's Q4 video too. That should be mandatory right there. That was absolutely fire. Go watch that video. You need to watch
I threw together like a whole ass slideshow for you guys.
It's really easy to watch. Like that format, I think is really easy to watch as well because you get like good visual and you can hear it too.
Yeah.
Like I think that's good on the viewers end as well, guys. So yeah, any questions you guys got? Please feel free. 10 more. You guys just hopped in here. Any questions you guys got? Please feel free to fire away. I'll be on for like 40 minutes or so, and then I'm going to hand out buckets to civilians.
Hand out basketball.
Civilians.
Charitable.
Is an S corp a proper entity to get beginning on help make this work? No. So obviously, I would just start with your social security number, LLC, one of those. Talk to your CPA. But an S corp is a lot more advanced than you would need in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the state.
Yeah, definitely talk to a CPA.
Yeah, for me, it made sense at 40K profit in my state. So usually it's when you're like making money to switch to an S corp.
Arkansas body.
See, Warner, you just opened up a whole can of worms with the actual number like that.
That's just like the nice.
Because then people go, well, I'm at 45. Does it make sense?
Well, I'm just saying because if you're close to 40, it might make sense to go talk to your accountant.
It's a fact.
Sunshine Deals, FBA. What is up?
So Sunshine Deals has rebranded since about 24 hours ago too. I have noticed. That's cool. Could you please provide the prep center info? So appreciate you watching the old school episodes. That does not exist. That was a failed experiment right there that we now allocate that time elsewhere. But thanks for listening to the Buy Box Bandits though, man. I'm glad you're deep.
I think 2 straight Mondays that we've had the prep center.
Yeah.
Oh, they're asking about your prep center?
Back in the day. Yeah.
That episode must have hit an algo somewhere there. It's getting pushed out.
Well,
to the new...
dude, what's crazy is the Billy Flips, the OG one has like 20,000 downloads, which is like 4x what the original one or what the second best episode has. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thanks for noticing. Great call yesterday. Love it.
Glad you like that, Emily. Yeah. Have you, Warner or Corey, have you caught on to the prodigy here yet?
He was in my DMs today, man.
Aaron? I don't think so.
Yeah. See now, Corey, you're falling behind. You're falling behind. See, I can.
What am I missing?
I've seen the Billy Flips rise. I've seen the Jimmy FBA rise. Like I can see these things now. Getting a better feel for it.
Someone asks, is online arbitrage sustainable? Yes.
Oh yeah.
Why would it not be?
Okay, here we go.
Miles, you actually have a good take on that in terms of like the scalability of that. You want to go through that?
Yeah. So I think like OA is a great way. I mean, you obviously got to be really good at it to make like 50 to like 200K a year profit. If you're incredibly good at it, obviously it takes a bunch of work right there. But beyond that, if the goal is to make more money, which, you know what I mean? If the goal is wealth accumulation, it is right there. Your skill set's better served elsewhere, or at least focusing on learning new things, whether that be like wholesale or private label. The nice thing, guys, is that OA should get to the point, if you stick with it long enough, where it doesn't take much of your time to still be really effective with it. And that comes with the leverage of being able to utilize virtual assistants, prep centers, and overall just being better at the thing too. Right there.
Yeah.
But
You don't even have to use
pull that clip for you.
Yeah. You don't even have to use VAs. It's at scale. You're just going back to all the stuff you sourced before.
Exactly. Yeah. And then there's the arguments like, okay, how about you just do OA 2 months of the year and make an extra 50, right? August and December, November.
That
December.
will be me at some point.
I think that's actually optimal, is to do wholesale for like 6 to 8 months. And then the last chunk of the year, you're just OA maxing.
Yeah. It's important to you guys when you're doing this. Like Going into a store and doing retail arbitrage and being like, damn, I can't see myself doing this for 10 years. That's a really employee mindset, and it's a completely wrong way to look at it. You got to understand that when you're making money on your own, making money online, you have the choice to innovate, to learn new things, to pay for information, to meet new people. You should constantly be learning and evolving and not staying the same.
I think the cool thing, and I think we're all probably in agreement, right? Like if God forbid Amazon were to go under tomorrow, we would pivot, right? And I think that's kind of like the mindset, the wiring that makes certain people successful and other people's not, right? It's either you're scared that Amazon goes under, or you're like, all right, well, what's next? You know?
And that's something I've said before, is that the skills that you learn in this business, whether it's online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, but especially wholesale, because you're dealing with high level business to business conversations, those are all skills that translate to every other business: negotiation, purchasing, rapport building, relationship building, all this type of stuff.
Boom, facts. That knowledge stays with you. Yeah, exactly. Good point. Is it
fire
worth
pick too?
Yeah, this dude's awesome. Yeah. He's Rise and Grind. Corey, did you get your Rise and Grind t-shirt?
Is that Pete's t-shirts?
Pete flips, yeah.
I mean,
I haven't gotten one.
We got it. Yeah, we gotta know these things.
I knew that. I just haven't gotten one.
Know these things.
I really don't even look at the timeline that much, aside from just like replying to mentions. I don't scroll that much, so I don't see like everything that goes on.
Like,
what's the problem, Miles?
Yeah, I mean, I just hear it. All right, I'll drop the link for the merch right there.
I think that's a solid 7-minute timeout for Corey Body.
Fair enough.
But yeah.
See you in 7 minutes, Corey.
I'll be back. I'll just be here chilling.
I like these specific 7 minutes too.
What did you guys do before Amazon? So actually on the weekends, which is what it started at, Amazon started as like a weekend hustle thing. I was just serving in a restaurant. So this was before COVID. I was working corporate 9 to 5 during the week, serving on the weekends. And ultimately, once COVID came, obviously switched out that time from being in the restaurant to Amazon. And then it kind of scaled from there. What about you guys?
Minimum wage jobs, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty close to. I actually, bro, low key being a camp counselor was pretty lit. Like, I'm not gonna lie,
bro. I was a soccer coach for a while. You just be picking up the most random jobs.
Yeah,
that's cool. Did you make any sort of money with that?
Doing soccer?
What was it, like minimum wage?
It was actually like it worked out because it was like per class, so it worked out to like $20 an hour at like 15. So it was actually like legendary money. Yeah.
Did you must have played? You were good in high school.
I didn't play soccer, bro. It was for like preschoolers, so it didn't matter.
You can handle that. Yeah, you can toss anyone in there.
That's the most random thing I've ever heard. Is it worth getting Keep selling on Amazon Marketplace? Oh, outside of Amazon. I mean, if you're not using Amazon, I don't think Keep is going to help you much. But
right.
I mean, all the money's on Amazon. I don't know why you would want to look elsewhere. Amazon has the most data. Amazon has the most customers. Amazon has the most eyes. And so your attention really should be on Amazon and how to make your money inside the marketplace.
That said, if you are like trying to sell stuff on eBay, like on the side, you're trying to like double up marketplaces. If it sells fast on Amazon, it probably sells well on eBay. You're just not going to get the same quality of data. I don't know if we answered this. How do you set up stable price if the buy box price keeps changing? Nadia, you'll want to set your min at where the highest price that the price like fluctuates up to. So let's say it like goes between 20 and $25. Set it at like 24 or something, so you only get the high price sales.
Yeah, and once you're using once you have like 10 plus ASINs, it makes sense to get a repricer, especially this kind of year. You want to be playing the game on easy mode right there. So Warner and I both have good tutorials on getting a repricer set up.
Miles, Billy just sent you something.
Oh, gee.
It's not bad.
Somebody said, what's your take on oversized packages? So oversized products, we actually did a good amount of oversized back in the day. They can be higher. It'll be higher fees. It'll be higher. It'll be more expensive to ship to Amazon. And the thing about oversized too is that some fulfillment centers are specifically oversized fulfillment centers. So you'll find that a lot of times your oversized shipments get split to multiple FCs. So that can make things a lot more expensive as well. But there can also be, they can be higher sale price products, meaning sometimes higher margins. So it's kind of a give and take. I like oversized personally.
How much would you say is a good amount of time to put in per day? As much as possible, right? As much as humanly possible. Having said that, right, the time in your business needs to be diversified. The most amount of time in your business needs to be to sourcing and buying warm, profitable products, right? That's the essentially the biggest, the most highest valued lever you can pull. So the more time you spend sourcing, the more money you make.
Yeah, and that's why you should like as you scale, that's why you outsource everything that's not sourcing first because it's the most valuable thing. So
Big
that's where
time.
like people getting a VA first makes no sense, especially like before you get a prep center, because then they just end up working for their VA basically and prepping products that their VA is finding, and so they're just getting lower quality products.
That's a really good point. That's a good way to put it into perspective, right? Because prepping is essentially what, $8, $10, $12 an hour activity, but sourcing products is tens, hundreds, right? And so that's kind of a good.
Garrett's paying his prep help $8 an hour. No wonder the prep center didn't work.
No, I'm saying like if you were to hire
Yeah,
that out,
yeah,
you
yeah.
can get
No, I
someone for
got
like
you. I got you.
$15 an hour.
So Marvel Designs had a good question here. What's the workaround with beauty suppliers who only sell to professionals? So that's a super common objection. A lot of these big beauty distributors might say like, we only sell to professionals. We only sell to salon professionals. Basically, they only sell to people that have like a brick and mortar storefront in that beauty niche. So that's going to be a hard objection to overcome. Most of the time, you can't get around that. Where you will be able to get around that is if you partner with a brick and mortar or like a salon, right? If you know somebody that has a salon or has like some sort of beauty type storefront, you can approach them and say, hey, you have access to these suppliers. I'm trying to buy from them. How about you open an account with them and I'll just pay you 2% above the invoice price. So that way you're making a guaranteed 2% for not having to do anything. And I can just buy from your suppliers basically. Now, the issue with that is eventually your supplier is going to catch on. So when they find out that this little beauty shop, in your little town is buying truckloads of this particular brand at a time, they're going to ask some questions. So you're going to want to make sure that you want to be upfront with them and say, hey, we're looking to buy this product, but we're looking to sell it on Amazon. Sometimes they'll let you do that as long as you have the storefront in place. They don't care. So make sure that you get authorized for Amazon regardless, because the last thing you want to do is mislead your supplier. They're going to cut you off eventually if you do it that way.
The thing is, right, and most people never even get to that point, right, because they get to an account and they say, oh, you need a tool shop, you need a beauty shop, and they won't go into 5 tool shops, 10 tool shops, 5 beauty shops locally. Be like, hey, I have this opportunity, could be profitable for both of us if we can actually make this work. Here's how I'm thinking, and kind of have that conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, luckily we have a family friend. He owns a barber school, like the biggest barber school I think in the country, and it happens to be here in like Winston-Salem, North Carolina. So he's got access to some beauty distributors that only sell to salons, like haircut places, like barbers, right? So that's an opportunity. We really haven't looked that much into it, but that's the type of example I think that you're referring to there.
It sounds
you
like
close
you should,
to
bro. You can print money off that.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you guys had to deal with Amazon threatening to shut off your account? Is that common? Most of us go through it at least once.
Part of the
not-
game.
Yeah. It's more so just that like if you're pushing the way you should FBM and stuff, you're gonna have some unhappy customers. I think it's not as big a deal if people think it is. If you're getting a lot of sales, like you'll be fine.
I was thinking of starting retail arbitrage combined. I have approximately $1,500 to begin with within a month. I mean, that's a great way to think about it, right? If we think about a restricted capital budget, what's the highest ROI activity you can do? I mean, retail arbitrage, quickest return on your money, speeds up the cycle. It's going to naturally find probably the highest ROI generating products, right? Because they're very niche, on sale, clearance items, that sort of thing. And so that's a good way to put it, right? Gives you experience of the data, gives you really kind of a flow of an understanding of how things are working. Then you can slowly but surely transition that to online purchasing, and then it's off to the races from there. But yeah, like Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Burlington Coat Factory, Nike outlet, Adidas outlet, Under Armour. You should be hitting up all those, grocery outlet. Any single retail store. I'm missing a couple. Joe Hart has a bunch of good ones. Ollie's.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Ollie's too. Yeah, and the key, guys, is like you might go once and find nothing, and that is okay.
Yeah.
Right there, it breaks my heart. People be like, "Yeah, I tried it." Oh my gosh. Yeah. What if you only tried walking once? Like,
is Big Lots? Do people source retail arbitrage at Big Lots? Is that a thing?
I've heard more people doing OA from Big Lots, to be honest.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you could. They have like discounted stuff. It would be one of the things where like you find something at one Big Lots and you start talking to managers or something to like.
They probably
clean
have some of
out.
those like seasonal like
Yeah.
swimming
Yeah.
like Corey
I
and
could
stuff
see you
like
being able to
that.
clean out seasonal stuff. You talk to some
Yeah.
managers, you could probably you could actually clean up, I bet.
Did you guys ever use BrickSeek for retail arbitrage? Because when I was starting out, I don't know about you guys, but I would look on BrickSeek and I would look for like or I guess products that were on clearance in store around me, and I'd basically print out a list and I'd go to every Walmart, Target, whatever was on the list around me, and every time I would do that, the store would never be in stock. Like I probably made the rounds I spent an entire day hitting every Target in my town for one specific product. BrickSeek said they're in stock. I went to every store and they weren't. It was very discouraging. So I kind of pivoted to OA at that point.
Yeah.
But
That's the
I
Cody
would use
does
it much.
Amazon model.
Bro was
Yeah.
so close to.
who?
Cody does Amazon. He runs it
Oh,
with
really?
BrickSeek and RA. Yeah.
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 Bro was so close to just saying, fuck it, let me go work a 9 to 5 for 50 years. Thank
There
God.
was so many times when I
Thank God.
like almost quit literally 15 different times.
Yeah.
What's the thought? Do you recommend buying from stores that eventually cancel you, or do you?
Yeah.
try
Well, how do you know if they eventually cancel? You buy, and if cancels come, deal with it. Right there. Your parents raised you better than to say no to easy bread. Like,
And
it's
there's
hard to make money out here, man. Like, it's hard. Squeeze the well.
Yeah,
Squeeze
if
the well.
if the site doesn't want your money at scale, just give them the $3,000, the $5,000, whatever they took, and then they just start canceling. It's whatever. Move on to the next one.
But there's ultimately a lot of different ways and kind of
Yeah.
troubleshooting you can do to get around those cancels. Gift cards from the store, PayPal, Apple Pay, Google Pay, changing your shipping address, changing order quantities, because that has a huge. Some of the sites have like soft limits that you'd never know if you didn't experiment different quantities. Miles and I used to loop a site back in the day, and the limit was like 3 or 4, right? But that would never have been found and figured out if we didn't troubleshoot and continue to work at it.
And the profit per unit was high too, so it made a lot of sense to Chad scaled. And they didn't even take Amex, so we were pulling out the bank card,
Debit cards, personal,
all
that was
that,
everything.
yeah.
First 100K last month. First 100K month last month. That's awesome.
Hey.
Congrats,
Hey,
guys.
Get some
stuff,
W's,
man.
get the W's going, get the
That's
W's
awesome.
going, ladies and gents. Get the W's going in the chat. Come on, get the W's going right there.
And get
Someone was
focused
asking
on-
earlier if you have a VA that can you get a VA that just sources or also does buying? If you're buying, do they have access to your funds? You typically would not want to hire an overseas buyer just for cancellation purposes. Mostly, it's also going to be super hard to enforce if anything weird goes on. They spend your money on whatever. Way easier to enforce with an American. So I would hire an American personally. That's what we've
Yeah.
done.
And Lee, man, you just gotta sell some stuff, dude. Like you've been asking a lot of these questions for a while, man. Just sell some stuff, man. Just keep it a buck with you. Sell some stuff, man. Like,
But
you
to
don't-
add to that, you can have a VA tee up your orders, right? So there's nothing wrong with having a VA source for you, meaning basically find profitable products, put them in a spreadsheet. So all you got to do is say yes, no, yes, change the quantity here, no. Like that's exactly how our buyer does, and she tees up tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of wholesale orders for us that way. But as far as pulling the trigger on those orders, I have to give the final say.
It looks a little different with OA though, because a lot of the ordering process is just like brute force, sitting there.
Yeah, it's
for a
literally
couple
just
hours.
clicking buttons.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's not all right. 5 clicks and that orders.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm clicking buttons on my to the left over here, just placing the same order over and over
Okay,
again,
wow. Wow.
generating wealth.
generating wealth. Yeah.
I think I've spent $2,000 since we sat down here.
How do you find winning products for Amazon FBA? I've been using Salem. So the good thing is you're in the right place. Miles, myself, Warner, we all have tens of thousands or tens of hours, hundreds of hours of live sourcing that you can replicate. Right now, it may not be those specific products that we've shown in those videos that may be profitable. That's okay. Use the adjacencies from those products to find other interesting products, whether it be sellers who are on those products, whether it be that brand, digging deeper into the brand, whether it be that specific site that we led you to, finding other things inside that site, right? It's using the methodologies, the tactics, the processes that we show in the videos, and then adapting them to your business, whether it be looking at different sorts of products or the same sorts of products in a different way.
Garrett, why did you retweet the video from like 4 months ago of me with the fit on?
Oh, I don't know. I just stumbled across it.
Good man.
So somebody said, what wholesale scanner are you using? So Garrett, I don't know about you, but we're not using one right now. We actually haven't used one in a long time. All of our sourcing is 100% manual. A lot of times scanners will skip over the best products, the most profitable products, multi-packs, bundles, that type of stuff. But if you're insisting on using a scanner, I think Scan Unlimited is probably one of the better options out there right now.
Yeah, I mean, we just use Scan Unlimited to just make the Keepa charts easily accessible, right? So we don't do any filtering. All it is we can use those Keepa graphs to hover over and kind of dig
That's
deeper
cool,
into
yeah.
that.
Yeah, we do TA for the same thing. It doesn't matter. You just need to see a little bit more data.
We use it
yeah.
purely from a visual perspective and nothing else.
Yeah, and also go into that supplier sheet and filter down to brands that you're more familiar with, and just rip seller amp one click, so you don't even have to like plug it into anything. Just kind of manual sourcing through the brands you're more familiar with.
You can
Now,
even
guys,
the
for
type-
wholesale, an advanced hack is if you have a specific product that you bought from a specific brand or distributor, right? If you do a VLOOKUP, if you export every single seller on that product and do a VLOOKUP comparison to the catalog, you'll probably find some additional stuff that those sellers have bought, and you can easily map it back to that original catalog.
Big brain. You know,
If
when
you don't know what a
when you mention
VLOOKUP is,
specific-
go look on YouTube.
When you mention specific Excel formulas, you know that they're spitting.
Corey, do you know what a VLOOKUP is?
Mm-hmm. I don't know how to like do one, but I know what it is.
Miles, the type of dude to know what a VLOOKUP is.
Reminds me of that Excel class that I took in college, and the teacher was like, "If you don't remember anything about this class, remember a VLOOKUp," and that's the only thing I remember.
And then you forgot it.
I remember what it was. I don't remember how to do it.
That's a foundational skill to be able to make money.
They're watching this stream, being like, "Damn, I knew I was right about Corey."
What's the best way to forecast the pricing and how to interpret that? I mean, to use the historical, right? There's never going to be a perfect solution for that. But again, understanding the micro kind of trends is one of the biggest forecasts of that. And the biggest one we have is the offer count. We don't have a bigger indicator available to us in terms of what the buy box will do than looking at the current offer trend, right? So if you look at the past 30 days, that offer count is starting to rise and that buy box hasn't reacted yet. It's a chance that the chances are that it's going to at some point. So use that knowledge and adjust, adapt, whether it be starting to liquidate early, whether it be may place more aggressive early, but understand what that alpha count is trying to tell you, and use that information to make sure that you're on the proactive side rather than the reactive side.
Go to Clear the Shelf, Google Clear the Shelf Prep Center, and you'll find a nice list of prep centers on Chris's website.
Yeah. If you also have the hookup if you're in the roadmap. I'm not sure if you are.
Facts. Best way to find
comment a lot.
big facts. What's the best way you find the lowest price of a product for OA? So the way to find the lowest price is you should mainly be doing reverse sourcing if you're new, Googling a product, seeing what websites carry that product, and then going through the checklist. Is there a coupon or coupons for this website? Is this website running any sort of sale? Create an account on that website so they email you when sales are going on. Check all the cashback coupon extensions, Rakuten, Top Cashback, Coupon Birds, Be Frugal, Capital One Shopping, see if there's any deals on there. And then check Card Cash, Raise, and Top Cashback to see if there's any discounted gift cards. And combining all of those, that's how stuff's going to be profitable.
Miles was literally placed on this earth to answer that single question.
That and the FPM, that and the FPM shit. Yeah.
Miles exists for one reason, is to answer is to get OA products cheaper.
The FPM, so I'm gonna be just harassing people about that stuff too.
So Lee had a really good question here. So he said, "What's the best SKU naming method? This is important for tracking stock for COGS calculations." Yeah. So this actually saves a ton of time going back and forth with our bookkeeper. So the way we name our SKUs is, I believe we do purchase date - supplier - cost. And so anytime our cost changes, so this isn't going to be as applicable to OA because your cost is constantly changing. But for us with wholesale, our cost is staying relatively the same. If for some reason we bought the same product, but our cost changed, then we would just make a new MSKU. And that way, when our bookkeeper goes to do our books, all they have to do is look at the SKU and they can see our COGS right there in the SKU. There's no back and forth. There's no us having to fill out a spreadsheet with our COGS. It makes things 10 times easier. And we've been doing it that way literally since we started wholesale for like almost 5 years ago.
Make a thread on that tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to. I'm literally writing it down right now.
Yeah, it's also good when you're repricing, so you don't have to you
So you
know
what you
exactly
bought
what
it
your
at
cogs
quickly,
were.
yeah.
And then if you just want a quick reprice, you're typically just trying to price stuff at like half or double what you paid for it. So you can kind of roughly know where you're at
From an OA
ROI wise just
perspective,
based on that. Yeah.
From an OA perspective, an easy way to kind of audit your pricer on the fly is to throw your list price into that SKU. So when you're going through your app, you can always do that comparison, right? Because if you listed something at 50 and you could see obviously what it's selling at, you can see, oh, I listed it at 50 from the SKU, but it just sold at 42. Well, maybe you have to go back and adjust your pricer because of that. You shouldn't be losing $8 on a sale like that.
Oh, speaking of that, so good to see you, Taylor. We actually are missing a couple of the regulars. So, yeah, Pickle Rick's in the cut. Taylor's in the cut. We have no Armand sighting yet. No Elijah sighting yet. Maybe the boys are getting soft on us or something. I don't know.
Dude, Miles keeps receipts better than anyone I've ever known. Like he'll be able to remember one single message from one single person like last week.
Corey using Bluetooth headphones, microwaving the brain cells.
Bro,
Come on, I've been
see,
using
now
these for a year.
Finally a good top. So this is actually, Max on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
That's Max's burner. Yeah. Yeah. So
What is up with that What is up with that picture?
Well,
like, what is that?
yeah. So Max, Garrett, you might not know. Max is the guy who's invited to your wedding that you haven't. Yes.
That's hilarious. That guy that
I
you
knew that was where that was going.
Introducing him as the guy that's invited to your wedding is really funny.
Yes.
That's the fun. I'm gonna probably miss more this month. Sorry, boys. Pickle Rick.
Oh,
Write this
come
down.
on. Yeah, come on. It's just getting good.
Are Q4 storage fee hikes already happening? Yeah, they are. So really they started, I mean, it's every day of Q4, right? October 1st through December 31st. The thing is storage fees are a month delayed. So you'll pay October storage fees in November. And so the last of your Q4 storage fees you'll pay in January. So when you see a fat storage fee in January, just know that it's your December storage fee.
I actually am looking.
Right.
Oh, you got it.
I was just gonna say right now, super important for all of you guys. Make sure you're selling through your junk because they're about to start deciding Q4 storage limits. So
Not to mention that
chance.
cash. You need that cash to be spending
Yeah.
in the next couple of months, anyways.
Yeah.
Next, specifically in what? I don't know when Black Friday is, like 3-4 weeks, something like that. So selling stuff this week will get you that money back come Thanksgiving, which was crucial from an OA perspective.
Can we take voice calls? That'd be sick.
Oh, dude, the roadmap.
call into the Money Monday show.
Well, so yeah, we are gonna have that. The roadmap.
That actually would be a good move.
That Reezy used to do that back in the day. Actually,
Yeah,
I know some other like live. There's like a live real estate show that I used to watch where they would do that and they would do it on Mondays. I think
That's lit.
they'd have people call in.
Yeah. I would actually, if someone can run it, I would actually really be down to try that out too.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Okay, Dan.
That'd be really good
text me.
content.
Dan, text me on your iPhone. I'll add you to a group chat. I actually know exactly which one I'm going to do it too. No. So Al Breaker, go to howtofbm.com. There's an FBM shipping cost based on weight guide there. Hey, inventory flying. Ooh. That's what I'm talking about.
Liquidate. So Taylor said, should we liquidate older stuff now or wait in regards to tightening storage limits? Liquidate now. I mean, if it's
as long
older
as it's not
stuff,
going to go up in price. Yeah.
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 Like
I'm not assuming you're an OA guy, or female, obviously. But selling something now will get you that money back for Thanksgiving, and that's huge because the power of that dollar comes Thanksgiving is going to be so high.
Yeah, like I literally yesterday cut prices on a bunch of like grocery, vitamins, that kind of stuff, holding prices on shoes, toys, those types of items that keep us shoots up during December.
No, it's just wait. Size isn't super important. Pause. And I mean, you'll see, but yeah, most items are small anyway. That's
6 goats, Pete's calves are in here.
they're super strong. Yeah.
Dude is the biggest cast of anyone I've ever met.
Really? Hormozy?
I mean, I didn't meet him, but
Yeah, true. Yeah, but you haven't met Max either, and he's coming to the wedding.
facts.
Speaking of that, yeah, actually, if anyone has any wedding tips for a husband to be for Corey and Garrett, let us know.
Whoa.
Yo,
I don't know why you're mentioning my name in that sentence.
Huh?
You heard me?
Okay.
She's gonna be making her debut, the Amazon community debut.
Facts.
She
Actually,
asked if she asked if I was gonna get a +1. I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't even know.
No,
if I'm getting invited.
everyone does. Yeah.
The pressure's gonna be on. She's going.
Yeah.
I
Facts.
think she
We
knows.
should low key. We should reveal the list on stream too at some point.
You guys have
Draft
never
style,
met.
draft style. Go
funny.
from top to bottom. Just release names one.
Yeah, it's like it'd literally be like a
That's
draft.
insane. You guys have never met Ashley yet either, which is bizarre.
No.
Yeah, I know.
She actually throws out banger ideas though. That is very true though. Yeah, but yeah. So we're gonna have the Amazon heads are gonna be over 50 deep too if we count the Amazon +1s right there. Which by the way, any ladies watching this, Billy Flips, Jimmy FBA are in desperate need of dates.
And
Guys,
looks for Miles. He won't admit.
No. We don't have to worry about that. No. Trust me. Any tips for FBM? All right, boom. Let's hit it. 0-day handling time if possible. Charge free shipping for standard orders. Charge a lot for expedite, next day, etc. in your shipping templates. Be using a repricer. Affiliate links in the description if you do need a repricer once you have 10 plus ASINs. Only FBM items you see other people are FBMing. Understand that in December, the majority of your money is getting made on the second, third, and fourth purchases via FBM of products. That's why you need to test a lot right now. What am I missing? I think that was pretty spot on. I mean, items that are below 1 pound are a little bit, but above.
And I would add anything you end up selling out on during Q4. Check and see if you can do local pickups or buy it direct from the Dick's down the road, that kind of thing. That's what
Did
I
you
would
touch
do.
on all the free supplies?
Huh?
Did you touch on the free supplies?
Yeah, well, I was speaking of that too. Yeah, so mainly you can get free 4x6 labels from the UPS website. Yeah, like low key, I put up some like 20K profit months with RA low key. Like if we count pickup orders, like low key.
Miles acting like he's paying for the wedding. Hey,
Weddings
Weddings for Miles.
Yeah,
That's after Amazon. That's the future
wedding
business
venue
for Miles.
service.
Yeah. No,
There's a
Miles
guy
is a
on
wedding
Twitter
planner.
There's a guy on Twitter named I think like Wedding Venue Guy, and he's crushing it.
Really?
Have you seen?
I love
I'm
real
sure.
estate Twitter.
And he's
I'm following him now.
25. He's like 25. I think we're like 26. Yeah, those
It's a
like
great
car
business.
dealership guy. I saw like
There's a ton.
convenience store guy. Like
Yeah, there's
those
grocery
guys are-
store,
It's really interesting
Self-storage.
information.
It's hilarious too, and they're all rich and they're all anonymous. Yeah.
Yeah,
could Q4 actively be slowing down the ungate? So we had Chris Grant on, not the podcast, just like a live stream, and he was saying his active theory is that Amazon takes all of their best reps who were previously acting on ungates and things like that, and moves them over to customer experience for Q4, customer service for Q4. And so essentially what he thinks is we got the B squad running the ungates and the Amazon support and things like that.
Interesting.
Probably,
They're throwing
it
something to
checks
it.
out.
Yeah. They also they tighten it down every year this time of year. So if you're getting extra denials and stuff, it's part of the game.
How long do Black Friday sales usually run for? Through Cyber Monday, I think. Like, I mean, it's heavy that entire weekend. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Don't make any plans. Just lock in your office and get to work.
The unfortunate part is you're usually like with family, so you're like hanging out. And it's like, all right, guys, I gotta go spend like 50 grand. Be right back.
I've resubmitted Nike 5 times now. Yeah,
It'll come. B Flip said it best. There's 3 things in life that come when you're ready for it, right?
the
True
Nike
love,
Ungate, the Amex
Nike Ungate,
approval.
Amex Plum approval.
Jimmy copied that tweet today. So
Yeah, but I mean, he deleted it too because I think Billy Loki got tired or something.
Oh, and so speaking of getting ungated, I mean, I don't know if this tip is common knowledge. Garrett, was it you that said this? And this has worked for us too. But if you try, like when you upload the invoice or the receipt to the case, rename the file
PDF
or the PDF, brand name invoice, and then
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes that'll work. Sometimes that'll push it through. But also too, it's like people will submit the invoice one time and they'll be like, "Oh, I didn't get ungated. It doesn't work." It's like, dude, there's been times, I swear to God, I'm not making this up. We've submitted the exact same document, no changes, same document 7 times in a row. It took about 2 weeks. Every time, same denial, and then 7th time, hey, you're approved. It's like
Same thing with authenticities too, right?
Mhm.
Obviously, assuming it's legit and you're not, the invoice works and everything, they're probably gonna deny it a few times. Keep denying, or keep replying, reapplying, resubmitting, and you'll be good to go. For the ungates, I don't know about you guys, but back in the day when I used to have to do ungates, I would always put something in the comments, whatever the brand is, invoice for ungating, whatever the wording was that I used. But like, I would put something in the comments, give them as much information as possible.
Yeah, and they can sense it too. They can feel it. Like if you're really worried about it, the person over and
they can smell your
can,
fear.
no,
They can smell
like,
the energy.
They can. Yeah, they can. Like seriously. Like I've seen it time and time again. Like the dudes who and ladies who rock up and roll, just boom, confident, bang, submit quick right there. They get it quick. Right there. They
So
told me to stop submitting. No, they didn't. No, they didn't, Buccaneer Bree. Come on. They did not tell you to stop submitting. They told you to resubmit with new info. Luckily, you can change the name of it. You can put in new info, anything like that.
Highlight something, highlight the name of the product.
Yeah, yeah. Answer
So
me.
the Facebook user that just commented, that's Reezy. So for people, for those of you new sellers in here that don't know, he's an OG. Go check out his channel, Reezy Resells. He's actually the person. I didn't know selling on Amazon was a thing until I saw his YouTube videos. So check him out. I found him when he was like 3 or 4K subs back in 2017. Now I think today he's like 480K subs. And yeah, he got me in the game. So go check him out.
Are you on Facebook too?
I'm streaming in FBA.
Yeah, I was like, how did we get a Facebook?
I was
yeah. What 80-year-old is this? And then it's Reezy.
You play no. Fortnite is a bannable offense in the stream. Yeah. So
at least play Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Am I getting kicked out again?
Read a fucking book.
Come on now.
Corey actually
read the room.
Video games. That's respect.
Huh?
Corey put a piece of content talking about how he likes to play video games.
I have multiple. I love video games.
And specifically how he makes time for video games.
I was gaming literally before we jumped on the stream.
That's why you were late, boy. Do you need to lower all your prices for Black Friday? No, you need to raise your prices for Black Friday. Generate the wealth.
What you playing
Also,
right now, Corey?
Warzone, like
Okay.
exclusively.
Okay.
That's wild. Bro used to be able to dunk, and now he plays video games. Reed's getting got me started. Great. Yes,
Imagine
sir.
that.
Traded my Xbox for a tin of Zins. Yeah, Corey, you got a top shelfer in right now?
Wait, what comment are you reading?
Did you just refer to it as a top shelf?
He buys time. Yep, he buys time right there. Yeah.
Oh, I traded my Xbox for a tin of Zen. That's what Pete said.
That's insane.
Not a Zen guy.
Just so everyone is aware of just what happened. Miles referred to it as a top shelfer.
Yeah, you put it. I mean, I'd never had one, but like the degenerates who do Zins put them on the top of their lips. Yeah.
And they call it top shelfer.
You're talking about like packing a lip.
Oh, Corey, come on, keep up.
I have no idea. I have no idea what you're talking about.
We're seeing the generational gap right now.
Sometimes I feel like I'm like 20 years older than you guys. I'm like 2 years older than Gary.
Wait, something happened in the beginning that Corey was like, dude, what are you guys talking about? And I forget what it was.
When Miles said, or you were like, Miles keeps receipts. I was like, what? I was like, my mom does that.
Yeah. No, see, all right. See here, the degens come right here. Yeah.
Oh, yikes! Well, this has gone off the rails.
We've reached the forbidden portion of Money Monday.
They call it upper.
Get us out of here, quick, please.
Shipping credits. I don't even know, to be honest. You should be using Seller Amp though. You should be scanning products on the Amazon Seller app. Right? I couldn't even tell you what they are, honestly. Just use.
No, it's just it shows up in the reporting. It's just when the customer pays shipping.
Yeah, I don't know why they like make
it shows up in the bookkeeping or whatever.
Oh, so it shouldn't show up then, because you should be having free shipping unless it's expedited.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. No, but like yeah, unless it's expedited, but it's a different column that they're like paying for it.
Gotcha.
Just want to thank you guys for sharing the raw knowledge, legends. Appreciate
Thanks for hanging
that.
out. Found a good deal on a product, says it could be profitable. Amazon says item out of stock. They don't know if and when. It sounds like maybe no one's selling it right now. Is that what's going on, chat? So check the Keepa and see if anyone's ever sold the product and what price they charged for it. Those can be great.
Some of those listings where Amazon, like, they're out of stock, but the listing is still active. It says like, oh, we're out of stock. We don't know when we'll be back in stock, but Amazon is still like the listing's active and they're still in the buy box. Have you seen those listings before? And it's like if you look at the Keepa, they've been on the listing for months, but they've been out of stock for months. You know what I'm talking about there? So like listings like that, I don't know, because Amazon's doing something weird, right? They're clearly not in stock, but they're also not sharing the buy box. So listings like that I might avoid, but that's like a pretty niche case. If you're just talking about a listing where like there's simply nobody in stock at all, then yeah, jump on that listing. That'll revive it.
3K in sales and haven't been paid a dime. Yeah, that's normal. I'm sure you're a couple days in, a couple weeks in, whatever. Amazon's going to hold that money for like 30, 45 days, and then they'll get it back. It's annoying to get started, right? Because you're pouring so much in, and there's that delay in time where you're not getting anything back, but it's coming back. I promise. You're not special. Everyone abides by the same money cycle.
Yeah, it takes like a month to get your first check, and then it'll be every 2 weeks.
Yeah, just Chad scale right there. Yeah.
So Bobby said, I'm struggling with bookkeeping right now. What do you guys do? Hire a bookkeeper. So Bobby, unless you want to be a professional bookkeeper, then don't do your own bookkeeping.
Yeah, Bobby's making money too.
Always making money, yeah.
Then outsource that ASAP. And no, Seller Board nor Inventory Lab is not a bookkeeping software.
It's not good enough. It knows most of your numbers, but it doesn't know all the little ones and what went missing and all that kind of stuff.
Well, it just doesn't account for your operating expenses. Like if you're paying yourself a salary, software expenses, all that stuff, it doesn't account for any of that. It'll give you your gross profit, but it will not give you your net profit.
QuickBooks is awesome.
Garrett for fun uses QuickBooks and reads profit first. That's how he winds down on a Friday night.
Do you guys not use QuickBooks?
I haven't looked at my QuickBooks in a while.
Well, actually, we use Zero.
Yeah.
We use Zero.
Where did you find one? My brother in Christ, a referral from the community, just like we find everything else right there. But nice thing too. I mean, Bobby, you're like successful professional, man. I promise. You probably already know several right there.
But
Yeah,
like e-commerce specific,
good,
hit up Chris Potter on Twitter or talloakadvisors.com.
I saw in Discord. I didn't screenshot it. But a couple days ago, bro was like, all right, fuck this. I'm selling my PS4 to have more money for inventory. I was like, that's right there. I'm going to try and find it too.
Growth.
That's awesome.
Amazon, trying to jump on a listing like that. Amazon's out of stock. Ordered it yourself. Realized it was 2-month delivery window. Added as a few. Yeah, I mean, if you can beat the shipping time by that much, then you shouldn't have any problem getting $5. The 2-month shipping time could be because you bought it and it was on back order, and Amazon will do that. Like I bought like new computer parts recently, and they waited like a month to ship it, so it could be that.
So that's the type of listing I was talking
about. Sign up
about.
as an Amazon. Ask your CPA. I mean, you could just start with your social security number though.
I like the good morning family trend. There's a lot of like flips from Miles isms that have spread around, like wealth, poverty, good morning family.
Flips for Miles.
Saying good morning and getting wealth those are your things, to be clear.
No. Well, no, I'm not saying they're mine. I'm saying like the term. No one was saying like. First of all, I would also say that everyone here pioneered the whole FBM season too. Like just the idea of Chad scaling FBM.
I will attribute that to predominantly you. That's for sure.
Oh, I mean us in general though, because like I remember we were like ripping. I mean, I'm talking about week 1, like back in the day. Everyone talking about FBA, and then like I just was like listing shit and it was moving. I was like, my whole life is a lie. like I was.
The Danny story about the Flobies will never be forgotten by me.
What?
Sent 20 with the invoice. Didn't even bother opening the box. Just slapping that.
Yeah.
Looks like we're slowing down.
Found an item at Walmart. Plenty of single listings. No 2-packs. You listed the 2-pack. Sold 2 within 3 hours. Bang.
Wow.
There you go.
Winners win, baby. Winners win.
Did you make your own listing or something? That's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. Did you create the listing yourself, like
That's
under
fire.
a generic brand, or was there an existing listing?
I'll sell my kidney for $50K trying to cure.
Yeah, exactly, dude. That's how I know you're gonna win, right? So you might
So
not
Twitter thread tomorrow.
Yeah.
Gray market ways to raise capital for
How I
Q4.
raised $50K for Q4.
Oh, I'm
Sold
actually
my
gonna
kidney.
tweet that. Yeah, I'm gonna tweet that. How to raise capital for FBA business credit, loans, have rich parents, sell a kidney.
If the brand's on the listing but doesn't have any IP complaints on Keepa and the alert, would you sell on the listing? So if there are other FBA sellers, then yeah. But if it's just the brand, then no.
Oh, that's love. Watched episode 1 to 5 of Buy Box Bandits today, and you guys certainly set the trend of FBM. That was actually in my old living room, I think. And as the videos progressed, you could see the sun going down in the background.
Remember, that was like the 4th time we met IRL, and I was sun maxing on your front.
Did you guys rip like a bunch of episodes in a row? Is that
Yeah,
why?
we did.
Yeah.
First,
And
yeah.
like the night just like disappeared, or the day just like disappeared behind us.
And then
But
we
yeah, it wasn't that specific time, but one time I was pulling up to my own house, right? And as I'm coming down the road, I see someone in my front lawn. I was like, who is just sitting in my front lawn right now? And as I get closer, it's Miles, shirt off, socks off, shoes off, in the middle of my front lawn, just chilling. While I have a
That checks
backyard, a
out. That
deck,
checks out.
everything.
Aggressively checks out.
Found a really promising product with 100+ sales a month, a great profit, but I don't know if I should buy 10 to test it or if I should buy as much as I can. So I would say it depends. I assume you're doing OA, not wholesale. If you're able to replenish it pretty easily, you might as well just test 10, 20, or 30, just however many you're comfortable with. It also depends on how much capital you have. And if things check out, then go back and buy more. There's no reason to go all in on something that you haven't tested yourself yet, especially if you're newer. What do you guys think? I mean,
Yeah, you can this time of year though, it does make sense to go deeper on some stuff, like especially if you can FBM test it in like a day or two, like get it in the mail, like yeah, you can really test sales volume. And go check like Keepa offers, that kind of stuff, variations, like if you see that specific variation going crazy, because those of you guys who have the confidence to pull the trigger on an extra 0 on that quantity are going to be making the real money. So there's a risk reward for sure.
That's a great tweet. Are any of you guys doing PL? Not so much. Probably sometime in the future, but
yeah, that shit's fire. Cool, sweet. All right, guys. So yeah, we're gonna hop off here. Make sure you guys are following all these lads on social media. Right there. DMs are always open for questions as well as wedding advice. Right there as well. And as such, howtofbm.com. Watch Warner's video that he posted today on Q4. It's absolutely fire. Right there. Any last words for the people?
yeah, Corey, get ready because this whole thing is coming back to you.
I don't know how this came on me, but I don't think so. Not anytime soon.
Website for Nike Ungating. Any big website, man. Nike, Kohl's, etc. Right there. Have a great night, everyone. Be great.